Good morning, divine beloveds. Peace, well-being, prosperity, and the favor of spirit be to you and your house. I'm Carol, and welcome to the Summer Sunday Café. The God in you is perfect. Therefore, all is as it should be. We're going right into our meditation. Then I'll see you after to share something to think about. I invite you to stick around about 5 or 10 minutes after the talk to meet and greet each other, and I'd love to hear your questions and comments. Let's go into the meditation together. The reading is taken from 365 Days of Richer Living by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. Genesis chapter 1, 27 and 28. So God created humans in God's own image, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, Replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. I have power. It is because the Spirit of God is incarnated in us that we have dominion over the world of effects. This dominion is exercised in such degree as we sense its true meaning. It's written that we have dominion over evil, not that we have dominion in or through evil. Spiritual dominion is exercised only as we rise above that which denies the divine goodness. Today, I exercise my spiritual dominion through the recognition that good alone is real, that God is the only presence and love and the only power. Today I rise above the sense of separation into a consciousness of my own union with good. Today, I understand the power of God flows through me to everything I contact. I declare that my God-given dominion is exercised over everything I do, say, or think. I am guided by divine intelligence, which goes before me and makes perfect my way. I exercise dominion over my environment, over every circumstance and condition that I contact. I know that the divine mind operating through me will arrange all my affairs in harmony and in prosperity. Divine power flows into my thought and work. Peace and harmony attend everything I do. Love and protection are ever present. I am guided, guarded, and sustained by an everlasting strength, power, and wisdom. And now, let us go into the silence. Our talk for this morning is on the subject of the everywhere-ness of God. The everywhere-ness of God. I'm not sure that everywhere-ness is really a word, the everywhere-ness of God. We are familiar with the term omnipresence. Omnipresence. And I remember when I first heard that word, it was so big, I couldn't figure out, well, what did this mean? It just means God is everywhere, the everywhere-ness of God. Most of us will agree, probably, that God is everywhere. But there is this notion, it's subtle, that God is present in different degrees at different times. So in other words, if you are in a worship space in your home or church or wherever that might be, you may be gathered in a meditation group, there is a feeling, a conscious feeling that God is present right there and close. Juxtaposed to another situation where you might not be thinking that God is hanging out. So you feel that God is probably there somewhere, but probably afar off, like standing afar off. When I was younger in my club days, and some of you may have experienced this also, I would go out. And there were times I would say to God, look, you wait out here and I'll see you when I get outside, and fully aware in my own mind, in my own way of thinking, that when I stepped out the door, God would be there waiting, but God wasn't going inside. Now I know that that's like really a joke, because God is everywhere. So let's kind of, bring it into a space of reality. Let me invite you to look at Psalm 139, beginning at verse 7, and I'll read it to you. Where shall I go from your spirit? Or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend up to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Yes, the darkness hides not from you, but the night shines as day. The darkness and the light are both alike to you. I think that is a beautiful psalm, and it perfectly expresses the everywhere-ness of God. But still, we have to kind of bring it down to where we are, where we live. God is on your job. God is right there. Spirit is right there on your job, in your cubicle, or in front of your computer, wherever that scenario may be, there to move you forward in the direction that you want to go. So one of the attributes, one of the names of God that I embrace is infinite intelligence, because that's what God is, infinite intelligence. So let's bring that down to where that really works. You are in your workspace. You have a dream, a goal, an agenda, something that you're working on. And there is the infinite intelligence right there with you. We are the temple of the living God, which means that infinite intelligence is within us. So that which we need to make our ideas work, our agenda work, our entrepreneurial endeavors work, whatever that is inside of us in the file, if you will, called infinite intelligence. That means everything that we need to know about anything we need to know, we have access to it. We may not be conscious of it. That's where the allowing part comes. And we talked about that in another cafe, allowing. So when we are in that space where we need answers, we need to know something, that intel, that knowing is inside of us. It is available to us. Everything we need is available to us internally. Our job is not to try to figure it out. Our job is a big job, allowing it to emerge, because we've been so accustomed to having to know the answer, research the answer, figure out the answer, all of that. It is right there. And if we allow it, it will emerge. I'm going to give you an example, probably close with this. In all of my work, I ask Spirit to show me. Well, it's not going to be in the form of skywriting or kind of float across my screen unexpectedly, but there are experiences that I'll have, allowing myself to recognize them. I went to a visioning workshop, and it was all day. When I say all day, I mean like 9 to 10:30 at night. There's some breaks. But what I did realize is that God had led me to information that I had asked for. It was in that workshop. Psalm says the steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord, and God, Spirit, the universe, delights in our way. Think about that. When you are in need of information, direction, guidance, and you kind of lay back, step back, and allow yourself to recognize experiences that come your way, and you kind of flow with that, that's Spirit. That is you allowing God to be the guide that you have requested. I'm going to ask you to open your mics and talk to me. I'd like to know what you think about that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to say that I really like the scripture that you used this morning, to know that God is everywhere. Sometimes, like you, sometimes I'm hoping that maybe he doesn't see some of the things that's going on. However, it is good to know that regardless to what's going on, that we are still under his protection. So I really like that scripture.
And thanks for your honesty. Thanks for your honesty. Yeah. When you think about God being everywhere, it's okay for him to be some places. Yeah, but not so cool to be other places. Guess what? We don't have a choice. God is always there, which is great. It's great because sometimes in odd places, and you can replace the word odd with whatever you like, we can appreciate that God leads us out of it as well. So it's a good thing that God is omnipresent, this everywhere-ness of God. I'm going to bring this to a close. I encourage you to allow God to be in your consciousness in terms of everywhere-ness, knowing that the Spirit of God, whatever attribute you need, infinite intelligence, infinite knowing, forgiveness, the infinite lovingness, the power of God that is without limits, love of God without limits, is always, always present. I'll see you in the Spirit next time.